Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, good people, patrons, and followers, and every single member of the True Heel Nation. This is your good brother J News with another edition of J News Japan, talking to you about Night 6, respectively, of World Tag League and Best of Super Junior 27 tournament action. We're going to start this off Saturday, November 28th, 2020. Live from Kanagawa, Japan at the Fujisawa City Akibaidai Cultural Gymnasium. 1,051 fans in attendance. Let's run it down. World Tag League action first. We got it starting off. Tomoaki Hanma, Satoshi Kojima, relatively known as here on the True Heel Heat as the New Japan Dads, going up against Yota Tsuji and Yuji Nagata. In this particular match, we saw Yota Tsuji take control of this match. Utter control. He even had, and I have a photo here that I'm watching, that I'm looking at, that I remember seeing, and I said to myself, this looks strange. It was Yota Tsuji putting Hanma in a camel clutch. So I guess they're letting Yota Tsuji somewhat expand his repertoire. But that was interesting to see, to say the least. 7 minutes, 25 seconds. As we all know, this match can only end one way. Satoshi Kojima hits the lariato on Yota Tsuji to get the win. Not much to say about Yuji Nagata in this particular match, because, like I said, Yota Tsuji had to control the majority of the match. He was in there for about, I would say, 90% of the time, and he was dominating. And this was a quick comeback win for the New Japan Dads. On to World Tag League action. We have the quote-unquote dominant team of Jeff Cobb and the Great-O-Khan of, the Empire Boys, as I like to call them, going up against Chaos Fashion members Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pit Bull. This match went 13 minutes, 29 seconds. Good back and forth, I would want to say. Still, yet again, folks, as I like to always state and make clear and transparent, my personal opinion, Jeff Cobb and Great-O-Khan, for me, they don't mesh well. Kevin Kelly can say whatever hell he wants. Gino Gambino can say whatever he wants. But for me, there's just not much fluidity. It's a lot of, when Jeff Cobb's in there, it's a Jeff Cobb match. With Great-O-Khan in there, it's a Great-O-Khan match. There's no fluidity and camaraderie in the team. They do have some, I'll say, pseudo tag team maneuvers that they go off on with one another, and that's really just to finish a match, to say the least. But what I do have to say about this match is I always love to talk about, blessed be that power game. Jeff Cobb brought that power game to this match from start to finish. Toru Yano thrown around like a ragdoll. Tomohiro Ishii thrown around like a ragdoll by Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb just deadlifting dudes who are over 200 and some odd pounds and catching them in midair. Man, when Jeff Cobb's power game is on, that's when he impresses the most. So it always kind of it always felt like they were watering him down when he first joined, or first came to New Japan, should I say, because you didn't see that much from it, because that's what most of us were, well, at least when I say most of us, most wrestling fans who are prone to watching Jeff Cobb on the indies, that's what made Jeff Cobb hella special. His strength, that power game, and his agility and mobility for a guy his size, and his quickness and his explosiveness and everything in between. It's what makes Jeff Cobb such a renowned pro wrestler, for a dude who hasn't actually been doing this for a very long period of time, to say the least. Great-O-Khan still not impressive to me. Doesn't really show much here. Typical match from Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii. I would say Toru Yano doing his usual bits of taking down the corner turnbuckle pads and things of that nature. The surprise of this match was, though, the outcome. As Chaos Faction members, Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii got the win here. Toru Yano, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was in big trouble against the Great-O-Khan near the end of the match, and somehow, some way, he was able to, looking at here, he was able to get Ref Kenta to turn his back. Toru Yano hit the low blow on the Great-O-Khan and but he wrapped him in the schoolboy and got the pin. 1, 2, 3. 4 wins, 2 losses, 8 points for the Chaos Faction team. 3 wins, 3 losses, even 6 points for Jeff Cobb and Great Khan, them Empire Boys. Next up, a match, let's just, I'm gonna be unbiased here just because I feel like due to the conditions and due to what's been going on this year, to tell the story about the team of Toa Henare and Hiroshi Tanahashi just not being a strong team in the World Tag League, I think just due to Tanahashi being taken out of matches because of previous knee injuries and guys attacking his knee, it's like that's getting old real fast. And Henare just got back, so I don't know. I guess this is just more or less fantasy booking. I would figure for those of whom were not on the roster for the majority of the summer, you would want to let the New Japan fandom know that they're back, they're in great shape, they're in great condition. Spruce them up in a way where they've been rejuvenated in New Japan fans' eyes and things of that nature. And I feel like this whole Hiroshi Tanahashi bad knee storyline, which is that again, like I said, which is old, has kind of sucked all the wind out of all of the flair and the intensity and the physicality that Toa Henare has been bringing throughout the World Tag League and things of that nature, because he's always losing. If you always book someone to lose, no matter how you make them look storyline wise, if they're always losing, they kind of lose that steam, and the empathy isn't always necessarily going to be there because people aren't going to expect them to necessarily quote unquote win the big one. Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens, I know they teamed before in World Tag League and for other matches and stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like they seem sloppy this time around in this particular tournament. They got the win here, 10 minutes 35 seconds. They hit him with the grenade launcher finisher, which is basically Chase Owens applying a German suplex to his opponent, and Bad Luck Fale coming over the top with a clothesline, in a sense, which is a variation basically of the Doomsday device, just without any top rope action. 1 win, 5 losses, 2 points for Tanahashi Henare, 2 wins, 4 losses, 4 points for Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens, who are currently actually still in contention in the World Tag League tournament. Henare and Tanahashi are now mathematically eliminated. Fourth match of the night, the Dangerous Tekkers, Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi from Suzuki-gun versus the A-team of the Bullet Club, Evil and Yujiro Takahashi. 13 minutes and 58 seconds. This was a match that basically had two heel teams doing heel shit, and it was an entertaining match to see. The Pimp Cane came out. Low blows were thrown. Dick Togo got involved. Tai Chi's mic stand did not come into play. Tai Chi did get jumped at the beginning of the match because Zack Sabre Jr. always trails Tai Chi because he lets Tai Chi do his mouthing of his entrance music or whatever, his lip syncing of his entrance music. So a couple of teams were already taking advantage of Tai Chi's long-winded entrance and jumped him first, and Zack Sabre Jr. has to come running from backstage to save his ass. So that started out that way, that quickly, but they were able to turn it around. Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi, IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, doing the work, making sure that Evil and Yujiro Takahashi were limited in whatever chicanery and tomfoolery they were up to in this match. They were able to neutralize Dick Togo and get the win here after 13 minutes and 58 seconds, hitting Zack Mephisto on Yujiro Takahashi. 4 wins, 2 losses, 8 points for the Dangerous Tekkers. 3 wins, 3 losses, 6 points for the A-team of the Bullet Club, Takahashi and Evil. Fifth match of the night, Finn Juice, David Finlay and Juice Robinson versus my boys, Sanada and Shingo Takagi of Los Ingobernables de Japón. 15 minutes and 47 seconds. This was this was the best match of the night so far in the World Tag League, between two teams that are gelling really well. Sanada looking crisp, Shingo Takagi just throwing a whole bunch of not the Axe Bomber, that's Tai Chi, the Pumping Bomber, basic lariat, guys. Throwing pumping bombers around. I believe he almost hit Made in Japan on David Finlay, but Juice Robinson came in for the save at one point. And you know, it was good action, non-stop action between both teams. At one point, that Juice Robinson was put in the Paradise Lock by Sanada. I thought that Sanada and Shingo were going to win this match, but they were able to tough it out here. David Finlay and Juice Robinson, that is, David Finlay hit the acid drop on Shingo Takagi, and they get the win here. 3 wins, 3 losses, 6 points for the 2019 World Tag League champs, Finlay and Robinson, and 4 wins, 2 losses, 8 points for Sanada and Shingo Takagi, Los Ingobernables de Japón. 6th match of the night, tag team main event of the World Tag League. Ain't nobody realer than Gorillas. Anyway, this is G.O.D, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga going up against Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi of Chaos Faction. Extension there, that family, 14 minutes and 28 seconds. What can I say? I like this match as well. It was very well worked by all parties involved. Nobody looked weak here. Even though I guess the mission statement has been that G.O.D is out here trying to win this World Tag League tournament by their own terms and they're men on a mission, they lost this match to 2/3 of the 6-man never open weight tag team champs, Yoshihashi and Goto. Like I said, very well worked match, very hard hitting. A lot of counter wrestling here in this match between both teams. G.O.D was more. I would want to say G.O.D was more or less neutralized in this match. G.O.D did not necessarily interfere at any point from what I can recall. I don't even see G.O.D here in any of the photos on the site, which I always look at just for result purposes and things of that nature. But yeah, man, Tonga Loa looked real good in this match in comparison to, yet again, 2 matches in a row for me. You know, it goes to show that sometimes when you watch somebody for such a long period of time, like I have Tonga Loa and stuff like that, where sometimes you feel like you're down on the wrestler, and then then they start to remind you again as to why they're one of the best and why they're so good. And Tonga Loa has done that for me in the last couple of shows here in the World Tag League. Tama Tonga is still the smoothest motherfucker on the planet, and I will say it like that because he would want you to say it like that. So that's the way it went down. G.O.D did lose this match. 3 wins, 3 losses, 6 points for the G.O.D. 3 wins, 3 losses, 6 points for them Chaos Boys, Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto, and the win came via the King Koji from Yoshihashi on Tama Tonga. So, preview for Night 7 on World Tag League, and this is how we're going to break this down. So, the teams at the top of the table standings are as follows. Ishii and Yano, 8 points. Takagi and Sanada, 8 points. The Dangerous Tekkers, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr., 8 points. 3 teams tied at 8. Then we have Juice Robinson and David Finlay at 6. Goto and Yoshihashi at 6. Then we also have Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the G.O.D at 6. And Evil and Yujiro at 6. And Okan and Cobb at 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams tied at 6. And then Fale and Chase at 4 points. And to round out the bottom of the barrel, 2 points for Hanare and Kanahashi, who have been mathematically eliminated. So, matches for Night 7 for World Tag League. New Japan Dad match. Kojima and Hanma versus Yuji Nagata and Yota Tsuji. Yet again. Then we have Great Okan and Jeff Cobb versus Evil and Yujiro. We then have Yoshihashi and Goto versus Battle of Fale and Chase Owens. We then have Ishii and Yano versus Tanahashi and Toa Hanare. We then have G.O.D versus Shingo Takagi and Sanada. And then we have the main event. The Dangerous Tekkers, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. going up against Juice Robinson, and David Finlay. On to talk about Best of the Super Juniors 27 Tournament Night 6, Sunday, November 29, 2020, live from Kurikan Hall in Tokyo, Japan. 696 fans in attendance. I'm going to run through this real quick. Quick highlight here. New Japan dads, Hanma and Kojima win the match after 7 minutes and 52 seconds. Kojima hit the lariat on Gabriel Kidd, who was tagged with Yuji Nagata. Gabriel Kidd actually got more in Hanma's face than he did Kojima's face this time around, laying in some good wood. Then forearms onto Hanma and things of that nature. I would say that Gabe looked solid as he usually does here. But yet again, hitting that lariato on Gabriel Kidd. Kojima gets the win. Ain't no thing like a repeat thing. So this match I wanted to get to because I'm always going to talk about the young lions, Yuya Uemura and Ryusuke Taguchi. First Super Junior match of the night. 0 wins, 6 losses, 0 points for Yuya. He lost this match obviously after 11 minutes and 26 seconds against the polished veteran Taguchi. But it did go and show that Uemura is well versed in, I wouldn't say submission style wrestling because he didn't show off. He showed off his arm bar and obviously the Boston Crab and things of that nature. But he was able to hang with Taguchi in a good way throughout through the first part of the match on a mat wrestling level, which I was impressed with. Yet again, these young lions, man, they go through so much in the span of a year, 2 years, some guys even 3. And Yuya's just shown his mettle every night he's out there, man. Same thing with Yota Tsuji, same thing with Gabriel Kidd. I feel like, obviously due to the times and stuff, they're not able to go on excursion, but it's like, and I understand Japan, I understand Japan as a country and the Japanese people are very traditionalist and they don't like to change their ways and they're not akin to breaking tradition and stuff like that. But I feel like 2020 is one of those years where we got to do something different. You got to do something different, and these young lions have done too much work in my estimation to still be in black trunks and black boots. They've all had impressive matches at all points of the year at this point after coming back from COVID, and it's like, what else do they need to do? I can't either. Any of the 3 of them can win the Young Lion Cup. To be quite honest, it's a toss up, right? They did just to me specifically. They don't look green. None of them look green at all. Obviously, Gabriel Kidd's not green. For all intents and purposes, dude's an 8-year pro, but he decided to get into the dojo system, so he can have a home, much like Will Ospreay does and Zack Sabre Jr. They didn't want to continuously roam the indies for the rest of their freaking lives and not have a place they can call home, and that's what New Japan is to them. So I'm thinking that Gabriel Kidd's more or less in the same mindset, and Yota Tsuji and Yujiro Takahashi, in my case, and the reason as to why I'm bringing this up is because I'm looking at these matches, and Uemura is not going to win one, but it's like he's able to compete with these pros. Yes, I understand it's pro wrestling. Yes, I understand that the pros are always gonna make the younger guys look good, but it's like the younger guy still has to put in the work in order for himself to look good. You know what I'm saying? And Uemura does that to a T, and to be able to take the fight to Taguchi in this match and just compete with him on that level, a man who's a man of Taguchi's regard, and every time he's in there with one of their long-term veterans, he's always Uemura after the loss, after the bell rings, he's getting respectful talking to from these veterans and even some of the young guys and stuff, and from body language. And some of the times reading people's lips, it's like they don't say anything but positive stuff to you in the ring after these losses, and it's like, man, but when are they going to pull the trigger? And they can't wait too long anymore on this stuff, because it's getting tedious. It might just be the times, because we're in a time where we're looking for immediate satisfaction, and I yet again I do understand how the young lion program works, but sometimes you just gotta flip it and do something different. And with these guys, I feel like that's the way to go. If I didn't say it, Uemura 0 wins, 6 losses, 0 points still. 3 wins, 3 losses, 6 points for Taguchi after this particular match. Sorry for the rant, guys. So, next match of the night. I thought this was going to be my favorite match of the night, to be quite honest, because it got the time. And it undersold me, man. It really, really undersold me. 2 members of Suzuki-gun, El Desperado and Doki. Doki has no wins going into this match. Despy had 3 with 6 points. Match time, 15 minutes and 23 seconds. Despy basically went after Doki's knee, took him out. Doki tried to put the madman offense on Desperado, but Despy wasn't even having it. He was noticing a lot of Doki stuff, and which was more to shame, because I felt like the match could have been better with a little bit more emotional tension outside of the faction drama. But Doki, I would say, Desperado basically sunned him, and what I mean by that is that, basically Desperado kept Doki in line and in his place by getting the win here with numero dos, the muffler submission, and Despy's just the more decorated Super Junior in this case, so he was gonna get the win. So 0 wins, 6 losses, 0 points for Doki. 4 wins, 2 losses, 8 points for El Desperado after night 6 action. Then we have. Let me make sure to take a look here. My second favorite match of the night, folks. I said it at the beginning of this tournament. I said it in the last show, and I'm gonna say it again. Master Wato right now is looking like he's on top of the world, dogs. He's doing stuff, and he's looking so much better now and so much more comfortable in the ring now than he did when he first got in the ring and debuted with the Master Wato character. He has developed that confidence. He's developed that fluidity in the ring. No botches. He was able to hang and go toe to toe with Sho, which is not easy to do. And these two guys are of the younger generation in New Japan, and Sho's one of the best, man. And Wato was hanging, and I was impressed by that, because I love Sho, and Sho's a future champion in New Japan, man, outside of the tag team division. So what Wato's been able to do in the Best of Super Juniors 27 tournament, I figured that was going to, if the kid had the medal and he had the freaking balls and he had the mindset, and just get the jitters out of his freaking body, he was gonna make an impression. And right now, Master Wato, I think, is changing a lot of people's opinions about him, and he's out here proving the case as to why New Japan Pro Wrestling basically is trying to put the jetpack instead of the rocket pack. To try to put the jetpack on Master Wato's back, and make him a star of the junior heavyweight division, because the dude is impressive with his moveset and how he strikes with his kicks and the forearms and everything in between. He's just gotten way better, and I think that not knowing how much it happens backstage, but I think the mentorship of Hiroyoshi Tenzan has made tons of difference for Master Wato. Sho looked excellent in this match. Sho basically playing the big brother role in this particular match, not necessarily sunning Wato, but just making sure he was aware that, hey, it's not your time yet. I still got things to do in this division. So Sho wins the match after 12 minutes and 58 seconds with a shock arrow finisher. 4 wins, 2 losses, 8 points for Sho. 4 wins, 2 losses, 8 points for Master Wato. Think about it, y'all. Wato came into this match with 8 points, and he left this match with 8 points. So he's still in it to win it. 5th match of the night. My main man, BOSJ, from Los Ingobernables Japón, versus Taiji Ishimori, the talked about underrated Super Junior of the Galaxy. A member of the Bullet Club here. 15 minutes and 26 seconds of straight back and forth action. Yeah, that's really what it was. It was just back and forth action between Bushi and Taiji Ishimori. I couldn't necessarily call this match. I can't say I had Ishimori winning this match, even though he did win the match. Just because I've been pulling for Bushi the whole entire tournament because he's an LIJ guy. I'm an LIJ guy. My homies always get top billing for me. But I couldn't call this match to begin with. It was good offensive wrestling from both guys. Good defensive wrestling from Taiji Ishimori specifically, which is why he's so underrated and slept on. Ishimori is a hella talented dude. There's a reason as to why he's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and he proved it, especially in this match. 15 minutes and 26 seconds. Taiji Ishimori wins the match with the bone lock. 5 wins, 1 loss, 10 points for Ishimori. 3 wins, 3 losses, 6 points for Bushi. Then, match of the night. So far, 6 nights in, my favorite and I think the best match of the tournament. The young sir, Australia's own, Robbie Eagles, going up against Hiromu Takahashi, another man from Los Ingobernables de Japón. 26 minutes and 1 second. This match didn't drag, y'all. This match did not drag at all. It needed every single minute of this, of the 26:01. I thought Robbie Eagles legit had a chance in this match because of how he brought it to Hiromu. And towards the tail end of the match, it just seemed like Hiromu had the upper hand. And I felt for Robbie because it was just one of those when he hit that sliced bread off the second rope, I was like, yo, Robbie's finna win. Like it's got to be over now. And Hiromu was just able to overcome. He was able to, Robbie Eagles also hit a turbo pack. What is it? They call it the turbo pack or the jetpack bomb on the apron, which looked nasty on Hiromu. And man, Robbie was just he was on one in this particular match, and they both brought it to each other, and that's what made this match my favorite match, and I think the best match of the Super Juniors tournament so far. It was just unadulterated. Super Junior paced, heavy, fast, quick, hard. Not necessarily a spot fest. They called their spots when they had to. Should I say they made their spots when they had to. But outside of that, man, what a match! What a match! Hiromu Takahashi wins this match, y'all. With the time bomb 2 finisher on Robbie Eagles. 5 wins, 1 loss, 10 points for Hiromu, tied with Ishimori. Robbie Eagles 2 wins, 4 losses, and 4 points. Robbie Eagles point total does not reflect what he's done in this tournament. Robbie Eagles, I think, has opened a lot of eyes. Super talented. Will Ospreay's been saying this for years. And now we're able to see it even more on a bigger scale, and it's definitely a treat to see the growth and maturity of Robbie Eagles in the New Japan ring. So on to Night 7 previews for y'all. Let's tally up the leaderboard. We have tied at 10, like I just mentioned before, Hiromu Takahashi of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Taiji Ishimori of the Bullet Club, tied at 10. Then we have at 8 respectively, Master Wato, Show of Chaos, El Desperado of Suzuki-gun. Then we have at 6 points, Ryusuke Taguchi, the veteran man of the Super Junior tournaments with 6 points. We then have Bushi of Los Ingobernables de Japón, another man there with 6 points. And then to round out I guess the secondary tier here, Robbie Eagles is the only person on the board with 4 points, so he's not mathematically eliminated as of yet. But Yua Uemura and Doki have 0 points, so they're mathematically eliminated out of the tournament. So Night 7 preview action. New Japan dads. Satoshi Kojima, Tomoaki Hanma going up against Yujiro Takahashi and Gabriel Kidd. Then, Best of Super Junior action. We've got Doki versus Yuri Uemura. Then, we've got Robbie Eagles versus Ryosuke Taguchi. Then, we've got Bushi versus Master Wato. Then, we have El Desperado versus Taiji Ishimori. And then, to finish out the night, the main event, Show of Chaos versus Hiromu Takahashi of Los Ingobernables de Japón. That will be Night 7 Best of Super Juniors tournament. Folks, thank you always for watching. This has been your good brother Jay News with another edition of Jay News Japan. As always, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Stay safe. Be good to one another. And, you know, just do your best. We're still dealing with this COVID crap. And shit is real. Shit is real. For all of y'all who didn't think it was, shit is real. But yeah, y'all, stay wrestling fans. Much appreciation and much love as always. I'll be back with some New Japan Strong sometime during the week. And then I will be covering Night 7 and Night 8 action during this weekend. I'm about this, folks. Take it easy. Be good. Peace.